Well, it's August 20th, two, 2024. I just turned 30 like 3 weeks ago. And I don't know, man. Like, I, I just don't know what happiness is anymore in life, you know? I used to believe like on the littlest things that someone can be happy, you know? Like, for example, um, you know, hiking, kayaking, you know, just exploring the nature of this world, you know? Or even traveling to other countries, cities. But I just don't know anymore, guys. I don't know anymore. Uh I just don't know, you know? Like, I remember being like 20, 21 years old. I was very ambitious. I was very, very ambitious. I was super motivated, you know, about life, about the future. But this is like 9 years ago, you know, and I'm still at that state where I just cannot find happiness in anything that I do, you know? You know, like sometimes things happen and you're forced to make a decision. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you regret it, but sometimes it's just probably the best. It was for the best, you know. Um Things change and you have to understand, ask yourself if you can accept this change or you're not gonna accept it and just dip and move on, you know. And that's what I did. And I still can't find, you know, a job where I can be, you know, content with everything, you know. The nature of the job, the pay, of course, that's a big one. The schedules, the environment, the drive. It's just, I don't know, guys. And then, you know, I'm not the only one in the world, but like, there's a lot of us with debt that want to pay off debt. Luckily, I have my home, you know, that I am, you know, leasing. I am not living in it, sadly, because I don't have a stable job for me to keep it. So, you know, what better other way to keep it, you know, instead of like the bank taking over it and foreclosuring it. So I decided to rent it out to responsible adults that don't play around. And I'm grateful that I have them to take care of my home until I can get back on my feet. It's hard. It's hard, you know. And, you know, I don't know how you guys like deal with this, but sometimes, you know, like your regular schedule, 40 hours for your, you know, set pay rate, sometimes isn't enough. It just depends on what you owe, how much you owe, what you pay for, all that stuff. And prior to my experience, ever since I was, you know, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, I managed to you know, to work a lot of overtime, you know, a lot of overtime. And when I'm speaking overtime, I'm speaking like 20 hours every week. 20 hours every week, you know. So the money was flowing great, you know. And the, you know, I tend to save, you know, like $800, you know. I try to save $800 per month, if not more. And then, you know, rack them up. And then, but you know what they say, more money, more problems. And then you're like the type of person that I am, I will be like, um looking at things that I like, and I'm just, oh, should I get it, should I not? And then I end up getting it and I end up regretting it, because like mostly car things, or cars. And we all know like vehicles are not a good investment. um well, I know, you guys should know too. It's not a good investment. And I ended up losing a lot of money. I remember I bought one car that was like, how much was it? It was 1100, 900, but I put some parts to it, so it was like 1100. And then in the end, I ended up selling it for 350 bucks. It was never worth it. So sadly, I made a mistake, one mistake out of many. But let's fast forward to today, 2024. Like, I'm trying my best to find something to be happy, because like, happy is the last thing I am. And I'm trying to pay off this debt so I can be, debtless. Well, not entirely debtless, just have like my mortgage and my phone bill, stuff like that, and be okay with it, and then also like go to work, and then happy to be at work. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think it's a crime to like to try to find a job that's like exciting to work in. Like, I don't think that's a crime. Like, there's people judging me because I get a new job, and then in the end I just don't like it, so I like quit, and then I find another job, and then I quit. I'm like, man, dude, like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't want to be in a job that I'm not content and I'm not happy doing this, and then the pay and then the drive, it's not worth it to me. I just want to be somewhere where it's great to work, man, and the environment and the pay is decent. I'm not asking for like, $1 million. I'm just asking for, an average decent pay, but I'm actually excited to go to work in the morning. I don't think that's a bad thing, man. I mean, I don't think so. And I'm only 30 years old, 30 years old of age. And I gave almost a decade to the job. I started working 2 years after high school. But I was working with, relatives, that's why it made it easy. I was working with my uncle and I was working with my father. So that's why it relatively made it easy for me, Obviously, it's always easy when you have a relative. I mean, easier. But it's a shame, because like, things happen, things change, and then you're forced to make a decision, for yourself, for your future. And then on top of all that, I can't find the ambition in me anymore. Because before it was all about, oh, I want money. Oh yeah, I want all these girls. Oh, I want to get all these cars, so I can look cool. Oh, I want these tattoos so I can like get girls. All that stuff, like back when I was 23, 24, 22, 23, 24, that was my stage in those topics. But now that I'm 30, it's not like that's priority anymore. Like, I've always wanted to be a father, a family man, a husband, but it's just not easy. It's not easy. A lot of girls here are just, they're into one thing, or they just want to waste your time, or some of them just want to like smoke and fuck, and they don't take you seriously. And then one day they ghost you because they found somebody else, or somebody else with a better car, somebody else with more money, somebody else, whatever reason, and it's fine, it's whatever. But like, had I had a son or a daughter or a family, a wife that truly loved me for me, just me, and I had my kids, one or two, whatever, or more, then it'll be different. I'll try my best to like, to stay at a job that I just don't like, but I'll manage to stay so I can like, provide for my children and my wife and us. But that's not the point here, and that's not the case here. I don't have none of that. I'm pretty much alone here, living in a place, a house with my roommate, because I don't make enough to be stable at a home, my home, the one I'm leasing. So, you know, oh man, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just wish I didn't have as much debt, like credit cards and all the other, personal loans, all that stuff. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have so much of a, like a pressure ball on my fucking head. I could be more flexible, like I have like limited, things to pay, like water bill, Wi-Fi bill, my phone, stuff like that, But I don't, I have like big monthly payments for other things that I owe. And it sucks, but I'm still trying my best to find a job that will make me feel, good, I don't have to love it. You guys shouldn't get me wrong. It's not a job that I'm looking forward to love with all my heart. No, it's a job that I'm comfortable to be in. I'm excited to go. Like once I have my days off, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go to work tomorrow. I have to get this done. And not feeling like, man, that anxiety, feeling that stress, that pressure on top of you when you make it to work, because the management is shit. They don't help you. They push you. They abuse you mentally. Nah, dude, it's not me. That's not for me. I'm not gonna take that. Not even the money. I don't even care about the money. They can pay me fucking 30, 35 an hour. It's not worth it to me. You could just pay me a decent average salary, dude. That's fine. I don't care. I just don't want the pressure. I don't want that anxiety. I don't want that. I don't want that. There's like mental health, bro. I feel like money. There's not enough money I will go for to have that type of mentality, to have that type of stress. I would much rather make 17, 18 an hour, have my hours, get a decent paycheck, like, 630, 620 bucks a week with whatever hours I have to work. But I don't have to be like, like have all this pressure on me, man. Like, man, it irks my head every day. And then once I'm done with my lunch break, like my stomach is like dropping and like feeling weird because I have to go back in there and go with the stress and deal with the stress. So no, man, the money doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's great, it's nice, obviously, duh, but it's not like they're gonna pay me 35 an hour. But if they did, I will kindly reject. I'm good. I am good. Now it's also, it can be even worse. Now they're paying you 35 an hour. Now they expect you to do, way better than what you were doing before. So it's even more pressure now. No, I'm good, dude. I'm good. And not to mention inflation, everything's going up. Houses, the market, the food, groceries, all that bullshit, dude. Everything is going up. Like you can't even get a car. That's your car note now. If you get a car, like from a dealership, the smallest monthly payment probably be like $500 a month, $450 a month with great credit. It just sucks, dude. It sucks, And I know that's not, our fault. It's whoever's fault. I don't want to get into that, but it's bad. The world is shit. What we can do is hang in there. I'm trying to hang in there because I still want to. I want to continue this life that I have. Sometimes, we don't know what on the other side of the world is for us, And I want to believe that there's something out there for me, even though there's no reason to be hopeful. But I'm trying my best to be, hopeful. Even though there's no reason to believe that. I used to think back in 2015, 2014, things were hard, you know. Man, I was wrong. I was so wrong. You know, I would like to man, I would like to be, you know, to pay off all this debt and then possibly move to another country, you know. But I just wish I had somebody with me to do it. Because, like, it would make the whole translation easier. And then I have no connections. All the people that I thought were my friends weren't my friends. The brother I thought was my brother is not really my brother, because dude hates me for whatever reason, even though after everything I've done for him. But, you know, like, he went through, you know, suicidal depression phase. So I'm gonna, if he believes that, then I'm just gonna let him believe that. I know in my heart I didn't do anything to him, but he can believe whatever he wants to believe, because I'm not gonna beg him to forgive me. I didn't even do nothing, but whatever. And, you know, just, life is fucking hard, man. Life is hard for me. I just, you know, pray to the Lord above that he can help me be content in the job, you know, make decent money, and be, you know, be very, what's that word called? Be comfortable in a job where I make a decent living. I can hang in there for 2 years, pay everything that I owe in 2 years, and then once I'm 32, go back to my house, take over my mortgage, and then start from there again. I feel like that's a good, you know, that's a good plan. But it just sucks because I can't find the ambition, you know, to like stay within the job. Because, like, man, every job, dude, like last job I had before this one, I got fired because I went to Mexico and, you know, but whatever, it was a seasonal job anyway. So prior to that one, I don't know, man. It's just the I had to wake up like 3 a.m. and that was screwing me with my mind, because I'm not a morning person. Oh my God, 3 a.m. I'm not. It's just, that's the devil's hour, you know. I quit that job. This job I was in right now, I quit like 2-3 days ago because they were mentally abusing me, trying to use me for everything, because they have a problem of managing their own employees, and they're trying to get people in, but nobody applies, and I wonder why. They weren't paying me good money. They were paying me like below average, but it was fine because the overtime was there, you know, like 5 hours overtime, 10 hours overtime weekly. But it got to the point where, like, they threw all the pressure on me now, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think this is gonna fly anymore. One day, I think it was last Wednesday, I came into work. You know, I was ready to work. I was gonna start at 6 a.m. and, you know, I got in and I looked at my department, right? And, oh, man, it was a shithole. And guess who had to pick that up, or who had to clean that up? Me, yours truly, the dumbass. And then I'm like, and, you know, everything was like getting all to, you know, like, I can't really explain, but like every package was getting like, it was like, there's lines, right? There's boxes coming, like a lot of boxes. You have to like put them in their station or whatever, or put them in pallets. And then I saw them like, there's pallets here, over there. They're all mixed. There's full lines, and I'm the only one that has to do this. I'm the only one that is gonna be here by myself. And then once I started, the line like gets a little bit half empty, but it like in seconds, 15-20 seconds, it gets full again. I'm like, nah. They're just making me look like I'm some kind of jackass that's gonna do this for a below average price. And even like I said, even if it's 35, no, I can't do it. No way. So I just told the guy, like, I can't do this no more. Like, I'm gonna resign, but I just can't do it. And they started talking, and like, oh, what are you talking? No. You don't have to resign. We'll give you some help. You just have to give us time. Give us time. How much time you need? I've been here for 2 months. No, dude. That's why I just walked out the door, and I never saw back. I never looked back. But luckily I have a job interview tomorrow, 4 p.m. I'm gonna try my best to get it. They do pay more. Hopefully it all works out for me. Hopefully by 32, I'll be able to be back in my house. Less stress, less bills. And just live a normal life, Live a normal, poor life. Or not poor, but like, poor will be in the streets. Normal, average life, like noodles and peanut butter and sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for dinner. Cereal. Live my own life by myself. That'll be fine, Like, I only spend like $1,000 in everything: entertainment, groceries, utilities, phone bills, in a month. But my goal is to make like $4,500 per month, if I can. But if not, then oh well. I don't know, guys. I didn't want to bore you with this video, but I just wanted to say something. If you guys are alone and sad, and you're not the only one, but just hang in there, There's good things to those trying to make a change. And I'm trying to make a change. And you should too.